Hello, this is Matt Clarkin from Access Point HSA, and today's CHSA update for November 18, 2019, we're going to look at the question that comes up most often. And that question is HSA eligibility and Social Security and Medicare. When can you contribute to a health savings account when enrolled in Social Security or Medicare? A little review from the CHSA program. Individuals who are receiving Social Security benefits have automatically been enrolled in both Medicare Part A and B. Now, an individual can elect to waive enrollment if they're eligible for Medicare Part B if they're eligible under that special enrollment period, but Medicare Part A cannot be waived. So therefore, if someone is receiving Social Security benefits or at the time in which they receive Social Security benefits, they are automatically ineligible to contribute to a health savings account. Full retirement age for those who are born 1960 and after is age 67 for Social Security. So that full retirement age is the age in which Social Security benefits can be received without any reduction. Well, there are many who decide to delay their enrollment in Social Security past their full retirement age in order to increase their monthly benefit. HSA contributions are allowed right up to the full retirement age, whatever that is based on the individual's birth. However, past age 67, in this case for the full retirement age of those 1960 and after, if you go past that full retirement age, at that point there will be up to a 6-month retroactive enrollment in Medicare Part A when you begin to receive your Social Security benefits. So at that point, for that 6-month window or up to 6-month window for when you do enroll in Social Security and start to receive your Social Security benefits, you would not be eligible to contribute to a health savings account. So full retirement age, again, for our purposes of what we're using here as an example, age 67. Someone wants to maximize that benefit on a monthly basis. They decide to delay, which will give them an 8% bump in their Social Security benefit every year. They delay up to age 70, which is really the oldest that would make sense. So now they delay to age 70. Once they do start to receive their Social Security benefits, there is a 6-month retroactive enrollment date when it comes to Medicare Part A. Medicare Part A is considered to be in place 6 months prior to their receipt of their Social Security benefits. Therefore, that person's not eligible for that 6-month period when it comes to the HSA. They're not eligible to contribute. So someone in this position who's delaying the receipt of Social Security benefits either has to proactively stop making contributions, in this case 6 months prior to turning age 70, or if they have not done that proactively, would have to withdraw the money because they were no longer eligible for that 6 months period. But prior to that, for that period, in this case of 67 to 69 and a half, they would be eligible to contribute, continue to contribute into an HSA. So when it comes to Medicare, individuals are required to enroll in Medicare at age 65, 3 months prior to their 65th birthday and 3 months after. That's that initial enrollment period. Someone can delay if they are eligible for the special enrollment period, which basically means that they or a spouse is actively working for an employer who is offering healthcare benefits. We're going to talk about this a little deeper later. That employer should have a minimum of 20 employees to be eligible for the special enrollment period. But again, we'll speak about that in a second. So again, up to age 65, HSA contributions are allowed. If someone, just as we talked about Social Security, if someone delays past age 65, so they are eligible for the special enrollment period, they're receiving health coverage through their or a spouse's employer from which they're actively working, they're able to delay past that age 65. At the point in which they do enroll, there will be an up to 6-month retroactive again on that Medicare when that begins. So they would not be eligible up to 6 months prior to enrolling in Medicare. Here we have Bob. He turned 65 in January and is eligible for Medicare, but decides that he's not going to enroll in Medicare because he is still working. He's happy with the coverage that he has. The employer has more than 20 employees. So he delays, but has a change of heart, ends up retiring in April, and immediately enrolls in Medicare. In this case, Bob is no longer eligible to contribute to the HSA after December of the previous year, in which he turned 65 right at the beginning of the year in January. So there's a real 3-month retroactive rollback on the period of time in which he can contribute to that health savings account. So if Bob was contributing to an HSA for January, February, and March, he would have to withdraw those contributions. Here's our friend again, Bob. He turned 65 again in January. In delays, he's eligible for the special enrollment period in delays, but in this case, he goes till September and decides to enroll in Medicare because he's no longer working for the company. He retires. At that point, he has a 6-month retroactive. Prior, it was only 3 because he only would delayed by 3 months. In this case, because he's delayed longer, he has a 6-month retroactive period of time in which he's considered to be enrolled in Medicare, so he's not able to contribute to his HSA past February. So he was able to gain a couple extra months of contributions, but that's it because of that 6-month window. A couple final notes with regards to the delaying of Medicare Part B and D, and therefore remaining HSA eligible. A couple things on the special enrollment period. The health coverage has to be from an employer from whom the individual and spouse is actively working. So they can't have health coverage through their employer as a retiree. They actually have to actively be working for the company. In addition, the employer must have a minimum of 20 employees. The reason for that is if the employer has 20 or more employees, the company's health coverage is considered primary and Medicare is considered secondary. If it's less than 20, the reverse is the case. Even if an employer says to an individual, you can stay on our health coverage, our health plan, and they don't have 20 employees or more, then at that point the individual should not stay on the health coverage. They should enroll in Medicare because they are likely going to find that they have a penalty down the line in which they, when they do actually enroll in Medicare. Finally, the prescription drug plan that's offered through the company has to be what is considered credible coverage by the federal government, by Medicare themselves, which basically means that the coverage offered through the company is expected to pay on average as much as the standard Medicare prescription drug coverage, Medicare Part D. If that's not the case, then someone could find themselves with a penalty as well. This is information that the individual should be getting from their employer. So again, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions on Medicare and Social Security and HSA eligibility, if there's anything we're unclear on, please let us know at info@accesspoint.hsa. Also, if you have any other questions concerning HSAs or high deductible health plans that you need assistance with, please let us know. Thank you.